Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Village Podcast. We got to give the people what they want. I am Corey, and this is your co-host, Ocean. Say hello, Ocean.
Hi, everyone.
So, on this day, Ocean, I've read an article, in China. Are you interested in listening to this article?
Yeah, sure.
Sounds so mediocre. But anyways, uniform style, splitting hairs over the rigid school discipline. So this happened last week, basically. It's fine for a middle school to regulate students' hairstyles as the part of its code of conduct, but it should guard against overregulation that may cause controversy. On the 17th of September, some of the students from a middle school in Fujian province, which is southeast of China, revealed that the school had asked the girl students to embrace the same hairstyle said to be similar to Dora the Explorer. Crazy, right? To be specific, like the way they have to cut their hair is to be created at a 45-degree slope. So it's very, very short. Some reporters learned in an interview with some students that they didn't challenge the school's requirements for girls to have short bob haircuts. However, they thought the new standard hairstyle was ugly and indeed hard to groom. On September 18th, Beijing News reported that local education authorities were discussing with the school's concern about how to come up with a better regulation. Such rigid regulation is not something new. Last year, there were reports that a middle school in Chengdu City, which is Sichuan province,
Yes.
had required that boy students' hair has to be shorter than the thickness or height of a finger, which is really, really short. These examples of a rigid regulation show the boundary of proper management has somehow been overstepped. To prevent students from coming to school with strange hairstyles is one thing, but requiring everyone to have the exact same hairstyle is quite another. It may be reasonable to ask a boy student to have a buzz cut or a girl to have a bob cut, but reason comes rigidity once we ask that a boy's hair must be shorter than the thickness of a finger and a girl's hair must look like a mushroom with a 45-degree slope in the back. The school education needs to discipline, such as abiding by certain codes of conduct, but such discipline should take into consideration that students are not meant to look exactly like each other when it comes to hairstyling. So, Ocean, on this article, what are your thoughts about
Yeah,
this?
my first thought is ridiculous about the hairstyle. Why they ask every student to have the same hairstyle.
Yes.
I can understand for the uniform. Yeah, some schools or most of schools in China, they ask their students to wear uniform. That point I can understand in case that some students want to compare with different brands.
Right.
Yeah, that's I support uniform. But for hairstyle, I think that's ridiculous. What's the reason, first of all? Why the school ask the students to have the same haircut? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because uniform, as I say, it makes sense.
Yes.
But haircut, what sense it makes?
So, like, the thing is on my mind is, say if the boy wanted a different style of a haircut, say if he wanted to go bald head, for instance, or what if the girl just wanted to have small pigtails for her hair? Like, what would be the discipline be for that? We don't know. But to me, it's ridiculous to have a boy and a girl have the same, hairstyle for every boy in the school and every girl in the school. Like, it's ridiculous. And I believe that loses the students' learning and concentration as well, because, different students have different types of head, and it might not look good on them. So, like, even if they have the same hairstyle for both boys and girls, I think they would still get laughed at, and that still causes stress and anxiety towards them. my question is for you, Ocean. Like, what were the school requirements when you were younger in middle school?
When I was in middle school, I think we couldn't have weird hairstyle, like for example, colorful hair,
Yeah.
very colorful, different colors.
Yes.
And what else? When I was in middle school, we even didn't need to wear uniform. I think that's all.
Really?
Not very weird dress.
So, what were the consequences if students had different types of color hair? Like, what would be the discipline?
The teacher will ask him or her to cut it.
To cut it,
Not really to cut it, to just make it normal.
to cut it in class.
No. After school, of course not. In
Okay.
class, who can cut it in class after school?
You never know.
Make it back to normal. Not really cut it.
I see. Well, that's crazy. Like when I was in middle school, we didn't have really requirements to wear uniforms or changing different hairstyles. So this is for me, like junior high is early, well, beginning of 2000 and 2001. Yeah. And we didn't wear uniforms, but we had some restrictions where we couldn't wear holy jeans or the dress got to reach to the kneecaps. If you get caught with wearing those types of clothing, you will be, disciplined, like an in-school suspension, or they just have to send you home and you have to, get a phone call to the parent, have to pick you up and change your clothes, or you have to come to school the next day. Yeah. So this article, it's crazy. Like it's unheard of.
Yeah.
Especially like there's a lot of pressure in the education system in China. It's like to me it's like prison.
Yeah, think about it. The place where people have the same haircut.
Yeah,
It's prison.
It is prison. Like it's crazy. Picture like Dora the Explorer. Like from middle school probably all the way to high school, you have to get your hair cut the same. It's, to me, it's ridiculous. And I feel like this article needs to have an update on these types of regulations, because I believe it's not just in Beijing or in Chengdu. I believe it's in different cities in China, especially the the countryside schools,
Yeah.
Where they keep it really, really strict on them. Another question for you is like having a short haircut throughout your whole, education life. Did you see any people with different types of color hair or different types of hairstyle that was not required?
I don't remember. Yeah, but no, I never. Yeah, between my classmates, I never saw someone who had a hairstyle which didn't fit the requirement.
That's interesting. I wonder, like the admin people at these types of schools, like what is going through their mind, and how do they like vote for this type of regulations?
Yeah, but I remember when I was in high school, when the pressure of study was getting higher, a lot of girls, they really cut their hair by their own winnings. They didn't want it. They didn't want to waste time to wash the long hair. It takes time to be dry, be washed, no hair. So they cut their hair, especially for the last year.
I think it's because they need to take a lot of tests, and it saves them time to manage it and maintain it. I can understand that. So they they did it on their own will, correct?
Exactly.
I understand. So yeah, this article is something else. Do you have any more thoughts about this
Just
article?
ridiculous. And also, if the student, or I was wondering if some of the parents, they say no to the school. Say, I don't want my kid to have this haircut. How can the school deal with that?
And I believe in that way, the parents have to speak up about it. That's very important as well. Yeah. All right. So there you have it. If you have any comments or experience on, this type of policies in your country, or, when you were younger, just leave the comments, below, and also follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Yeah. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.